As a motorsports reporter and being born and raised in Indianapolis, racing has always been in my blood.
I'm a professional racer and car builder, and I've done quite a few car transformations over the years.
And with our experiences and friends in the automotive industry, Colette and I have teamed up to combine our love for cars with our desire to make a difference.
Helping Hands Garage is all about giving back to deserving families who have a project that's seen better days.
Oh, hell yeah.
Wow. So join us as we roll up our sleeves and drive dreams forward at Helping Hands Garage. Now, we've all had that dream car that we've always wanted, and that was the same for our buddy Brian. He had that car, but it was sidelined when he joined the Fire Academy. Now it's time to give this retro Mustang some life again. I'm Katie Osborne.
And I'm Colette Davis.
And this is Helping Hands Garage. Today, it's all about a big surprise for Brian, as his friends and family would describe him as a guy having a heart of gold.
So Brian actually got this 1998 Ford Mustang as a Christmas gift over a decade ago. But when he joined the Fire Academy, he needed a much more fuel-efficient car. So this manual V8 muscle car got benched. Over the years, it became a temporary home for various outdoor critters, and the weather definitely has taken its toll.
And Colette, Adriana, Brian's mom, couldn't be prouder of her son and all he's accomplished. She wants to surprise him by restoring this car as a wedding gift.
We'll need to put in some serious work to get the interior and exterior looking better than ever. The driver's seat is missing a ton of material, the door panels are all faded, and the sun has definitely taken its toll, damaging the clear coat on the paint around the entire vehicle. Now, we won't have time to fully repaint this thing, but we can definitely wrap the entire car.
Absolutely, but before we get to the restoration, it is time to meet the Santos family. Plus, we're gonna be getting Brian's reaction to his friends and family working on his car. Adriana, this was really your idea. Brian doesn't know his Mustang's here, and all of a sudden we get a submission from you saying, hey, check out my son's Mustang. What was the story behind everything, and you being the one to kind of say, hey, I want to be a part of this?
Well, the car was sitting in our backyard, not working, like, you know, getting all destroyed and everything. So it was kind of hard to see it. And hard to see Brian looking at the car, you know, every time he came to visit as well, and think, I need to fix this car, you know, I want to put this car running again and everything. So I thought it would be like a good way of showing, you know, how much I appreciate him, how much, you know, I love him for everything he does, you know, for us, you know.
What does he do for you
He's
guys?
a fireman, well, for us, what he does is show, you know, every time his love for us, and in every way possible.
And then you mentioned a fireman, and
Yes.
that's, of course, a give back to a bigger community than just your family unit. How special is it to know that you're a father of someone?
It is a big move, because it's when he become a man. He's not was a boy anymore. So when we used to go out, we used to have a conversation, but then when he started the fire department, he changed. Sorry. sorry. I'm sorry.
No, we're here for you.
For me, is as a father, is see your son become a man and a good man. It's good. Basically, is follow our steps, you know, because he always say, listen, Daddy, Mom, we don't see friends, they have like a kind of support that you guys give to us.
Yeah.
Of course, we always trying to put them in the right track.
Sure. But fast forward, you know, you've mentioned he loved the Mustang. We talked a little bit about it being sidelined. When did that happen, and why? What was the story behind that?
When he came back from New York, the car was still drivable, but not good enough for him to drive back and forth. You know, he got a job at Seminole County, so it was far away from where we live. So he decided to buy another car. And the Mustang then, it was just yes, it was there.
Existed.
Exactly.
Okay, now that makes sense. And then that's when it became a home for rodents and animals and bugs. And what's the big hope now as we kind of are sitting here in the Helping Hands Garage?
It's one other way of us showing him how much we are still here for him for anything, you know?
Yeah.
I know he's very stressed with this wedding planning and everything. And I want to give him back something, you know, to cheer him up and just, you know, enjoy life.
Now, Colette, we know that this car definitely needs some TLC, of course.
Yes.
But it wasn't brought in this way. So we've already done just a little bit of work just to make sure we can get everything done here within the shop.
Yeah, so we've already done a ton of prep to the entire vehicle, just when it originally showed up, the clear coat was failing and chipping all over very, very badly. So it had to be sanded down and prepped to get ready for it to be wrapped. So now that our Mustang is completely prepped, it's time to start our wrap. So let's go meet our wrap specialists that are going to be a part of our Helping Hands crew. So I'm actually very familiar with the process on how to paint a car, but I'll be honest, wrapping vehicles freaks me out. And that is why we have our wrap expert, Justin, here. Thank you for coming over and giving us a helping hand. For me, wrap is very difficult, so I appreciate you being here to guide us through this process.
No problem at all. That's what we're here for.
So talk us through a little bit of the prep that's already been done.
So we want to make sure that the surface is as clean as possible. All the clear coat that's been flaking off and peeling off has been removed. Any areas have been sanded down, take off any high spots, whatever, make sure everything is just clean, smooth, prepped, ready to have the vinyl put on so that vinyl doesn't magnify any of those imperfections in it when it's installed.
Well, I'm very excited for this transformation. Want to get started?
Let's get going.
What we found. Surprise. Justin and I start installing the vinyl by laying the film in place. From there, we start working out all the air bubbles from the middle of the piece outwards using a squeegee, and then we'll take our X-Acto knife and cut out the edges perfect. And at the end, we're just gonna use a heat gun to release any other air that might be under the film and settle it all into place. Once Justin is finished with the wrap, we'll dive in under the hood to figure out how to bring the engine back to life.
Welcome back to Helping Hands Garage. Now, one of the beautiful things about doing wrap to a car is you can also work on the car in other places. Standing up here under the hood with Bruno. Now, you are a longtime friend of Brian.
Yep.
You said, what, 5 years old?
Yeah, when I was 5, I think we met. Yeah, his parents babysat us and
They seem like
grew up
pretty good
together.
people.
Oh yeah, they're all right.
And as we're kind of taking a look under the hood, now, what is great is we talked at the top of the show that the wiring was not impacted by all the bugs and the rodents and the leaves and all the ick that was underneath there. It still was able to have some decent wiring, but there's other quirks.
We've been having a little bit of issues with fuel, so we're definitely gonna look into that. While we're here, we're probably gonna change the spark plugs and all the new wires.
Compression and...
Yeah, they said the compression was good.
As it relates to what Brian is to the community and to the family, why is this so important to be here supporting him and getting this thing back on the road?
You know, he's a great person. He's a firefighter. He helps people. Anytime you need him, he's just there. So
Yeah,
really,
he's one of those solid guys.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now it's time to get to work.
Stuck in there.
Yeah, this spark is good. Yeah, I'm gonna say this thing didn't run that great.
Oh yeah, these definitely need to be replaced. Really corroded and gross. Thank you.
They're toast.
It's day 2 here in the Helping Hands Garage, and last time that we were with Bruno, one of the Helping Hands and a good buddy of Brian, but what have we actually found?
So we found a little more damage than we were expecting. The spark plugs were pretty corroded, and the wires too. This goes inside, and that's what the spark plug would sit on. But some water got in there, and luckily we had all the parts to get it done. So from here, we just need to do the belt and probably the fuel pump still.
We still have that to do.
Yep.
And those that on the other hand, what's one of your favorite memories?
When we were in New York, passing Brooklyn Bridge, you know, the car started like, and then we start like talking. Brian started talking. We're like, come on, it's not gonna do this.
A little massage on the steering wheel. Come on, honey, you got
Yes.
this. You got this.
So that is keeping our mind, and we have some pictures, we have some photos in there. So that is a very moment, you know, when you collect that, it's coming in our mind. Seeing that coming back to life, we know that we're gonna build more histories about this car.
Yeah.
You know, especially all this.
Yeah.
You know.
So we already told you guys about the process of prepping and what goes into wrapping a car. But we didn't talk about the color choices and the materials. So I know Justin and Connor have been hard at work wrapping the car, but talk to us a little bit about the color choice and why.
Brian picked out a blue Mustang, and we wanted to stay with the blue color for his car. So we decided to go with this anodized blue color, and it's got a matte finish to it, almost like a satin finish.
I like that.
Ties in well with what the original color of the car was, adds a little different kick to it. And with that, we decided to also add a two-tone look to the car as well. So we're gonna wrap the top half in satin black, and there'll be some other satin black accents to tie in with everything else once it's all completed.
And I feel like with the car also being blue, door jams and other places that maybe if you see it out of the corner of your eye will blend in a lot easier.
Yep, perfect. It's when the door opens up, it's still the same blue color on the inside. It ties in without having to go drastic with wrapping the door jams or anything crazy like that.
So roof is next for the
Yep,
two-tone?
we're getting ready to do the roof.
I can help you guys out.
Yep,
Need another
definitely,
hands?
for sure. Does it need to rotate? Okay. With a heat gun, it takes a little bit longer, but you get to control the heat more.
This 1998 Ford Mustang is a classic vehicle, which means we were able to go to Classic Industries for all of our interior and exterior needs. And we showed you what this thing looked like when we rolled it into our garage. This is the driver's seat. Has it always been like this?
No, not at all. No, it wasn't that bad. I'm assuming some animals actually did some work here.
Well, luckily, we have Classic Industries where we can get everything that we need, and we have a full leather upholstery kit that is going to bring the inside of this thing right back to life. And we even got new cushions for it as well because the cushions probably got eaten or something at some point on that chair. So we have everything that we need to get this makeover complete. We've already completely gutted the inside of the Mustang, so we are ready to install our new interior and get to work.
Yeah, I think we need a little bit more on this side here. There. We don't need this,
Nice.
or do we? No, right?
No, we won't need that. Wow, that's really satisfying.
Right?
So we have both of our new covers on. We're just using the steam to let it set in more and get all of our last wrinkles out. But I just heard that Brian is 5 minutes away. So after the break, we're going to finally meet him, the owner of the Mustang, for the very first time and surprise him with everything that we're doing.
We're back here at Helping Hands Garage, and of course, the big surprise is that Brian has no idea that his car is right here inside of our shop.
He doesn't really know what he's walking into, so we finally get to see his reaction to this entire project coming to life. He's about to come through the door in like 5 minutes.
And here's the thing, his mom and dad had said that this is urgent, you need to make sure you're here. Mama says so, this is where you gotta be, no questions asked. So we'll see how this goes down.
He's about to be here, then we'll put him to work.
Surprise! I wasn't completely honest with you. I submitted the Mustang to this wonderful car show, Helping Hands Garage, and these are the hosts. Katie and Collete.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Do you recognize your baby anymore? Kind of?
Welcome officially to Helping Hands Garage. The little reveal here is usually when the car is finished and the owner happens to be here, but this is one of those cases that your family and friends and sister and dad have decided to come in and join, and everyone's hands have been getting a little bit dirty to kind of get this, bring this back to life, to get it back on the road so you get to enjoy it.
We've already gotten started, so we're doing a full engine tune-up and, as you can tell, a complete makeover on the interior and the exterior of the car. Now, this is Helping Hands Garage, so we're literally putting everyone to work. Everyone is contributing to make this possible, and now you're here, so we're definitely gonna put you to work as well.
All right, I'm ready.
What are you thinking?
Honestly, still a little bit in shock. For years, I never thought that I was even gonna drive this car again.
Yeah, fair. I can understand that.
But I remember when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Mustangs. And then Christmas, I think it was my senior year of high school, I'm not sure if it was Santa Claus or my parents that bought me this car, the thought of me driving this thing again is really exciting.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be drivable at this point in
Yeah.
time. You've had so many helping hands in this process, and I think that has been phenomenal for all of us to see is this group of people really, truly love you and feel like you deserve this.
Yeah.
Why do you think that you deserve this from their point of view?
I feel like I don't deserve this, to be honest, but my family, we've always been so close. We've always been, we've been raised to stay together and to take care of each other and have each other's back, and this kind of just shows me that they're always gonna have my back no matter what, and this is something that I've been dreaming about doing. I haven't had the time or the motivation to get into it. So again, this is awesome.
So everything under the hood is looking great. So we're working our way to the back of the car. We got it on the lift. And up next, we're going to drop the gas tank, get it all cleaned out, install a new fuel pump, and be good to go. But this is one of the first times you've had it on the lift in a long time, right?
I'd say over almost 10 years now. We ran this thing through a blizzard. I thought it was gonna be a lot worse under here, but it's not too bad. I'm liking it.
It's not bad at all. I mean,
Yeah.
especially for all the stuff that was living on the inside of it. I was a little worried before we lifted it up, but it doesn't look bad at all. But just to be safe, we're gonna clean out the tank, drop everything down, make sure we're good to go, and get that new fuel pump in there, and we should be good.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it down.
All right.
Especially. Hey, there's the flashlight. Just clip it and the pump should come off the clip.
Oh yeah.
Almost got all over it.
There's the song.
Oh yeah, that's really bad. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's so gross. That's really bad. So we got the tank down, and I'll admit this is way worse than any of us were anticipating, and we really don't want to put this back into Brian's Mustang. So we reached out to our friends at Classic Industries, and we have a brand new tank on the way for you, and it's zinc coated, so we're not gonna have to worry about all of this metal breaking down and deteriorating inside the tank.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, Brandon had his fun playing with it, but I don't want to have this tank anymore. This could go.
After the break, we will see if we can get this thing running.
Welcome back to Helping Hands Garage. This 1998 Mustang has not been started since 2016. The time has come that we should all make this thing happen. Together, though, of course. After the fuel tank debacle, Brian is really behind the wheel, and this is one of those times that you guys get the payoff to all the help and the efforts that you've given us. So on the count of three, or the countdown of three, let's go ahead and fire this thing up. Ready? 3, 2, 1, fire it up! And it worked, yeah. Okay, she is alive. All right, this, he doesn't want to turn it off yet. That's great. Keep this little sucker running. Yay!
Heck yeah.
So that full circle moment, we have talked throughout the last few days about what this kind of moment would be to see his face light up in the car right there. Was that kind of the picture you were imagining?
Totally, yes. I love the sound. I love that face. I'm so happy. Thank you all very much.
100% this won't be leaving the family now?
No.
Okay. And as Brian's getting out of the car to come join the family, that had to feel good to like turn that little...
Felt incredible. I haven't driven a V8 in a long time, and just feeling that thing turn on is pretty cool.
As it relates to being around here with the family and being able to, just a mere hours ago, you walked in and you
Completely startled.
not really understanding or knowing what to expect.
Honestly, until I drive this thing, I'm still kind of in shock. I wish I could take it out today, but I know there's still a lot of work to be done, and I'm so excited.
Time for Brian's second surprise of the show, as we head to his local fire station and revealed the finished Mustang.
That's so clean, bro.
Oh my God.
Eagle.
Perfect. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. When they originally told me about this thing that they needed me to drive to Tampa to, I bent this entire axle. I was honestly like, why do we have to do this all the way out there? And then the day of, just showing up and seeing everyone seeing the car, like that was a crazy feeling. The fact that my car didn't look like a piece of junk anymore. And just think about driving it again, like all these things I'm gonna do to it. Just getting it on I-4 or 429 and getting up there on the speedometer, just going for a stroll with my wife, riding into the sunset.
Nice. Wow, this is really nice. I'm so happy.
Brian now has a safe, dependable Mustang that he can now drive to the fire station whenever he wants.
Forget you driving this thing. I want to thank the crew. Your energy, the atmosphere that you create for people coming into the show is perfect. It's exactly what people need to feel at home. I love my family so much. I want to thank them. Most importantly, just thankful to my mom, my parents, my dad. Going through with this whole plan and submitting an application, this is incredible.
Well, Glad, that was a surprise around every corner. That was one of those that just like, it was so special, from the car to the family. I also really appreciated that everybody in the family had a role. It was a bit of a more intimate helping hands group than we've had in the past.
Yeah, I think it made it a lot more meaningful as well, and everyone got to participate and help out. And Redline Designs did an amazing job at finishing off our wrap to bring the full transformation together. And we pulled off our very first Helping Hands Garage surprise, which I'm shout out to the family. I was surprised that they kept it as good of a secret as they did.
Yeah, no, Brian was shocked. I think for everybody, everyone was a little bit trying to figure out what was gonna happen, how that was gonna go down. But I think big picture, after he started using his words again and could process what was happening, I think as a whole, he'll be pretty happy. For what he's done, for his wedding, for as a firefighter, for the community and the family as a whole, hopefully he enjoys his ride.